Ford had a letter from the Watergate prosecutor saying that Nixon is going to be investigated as a citizen, likely will be indicted, tried, probably be convicted and go to jail. And so Ford said, we're going to have 2 more years of Watergate. The country could not stand it. And there was this plaintive tone that he had of, I needed my own presidency. The Cold War was still going on. The economy was in great danger. And then he said he acted preemptively to get Nixon off the front page and out of our lives. And I remember writing Shadow and this part about the pardon and realizing Ford was right. What he did was quite gutsy. This is in the book. And after the book came out, Caroline Kennedy, the daughter of John F. Kennedy, called me up and said, no, I've read your book. My uncle Teddy Kennedy has read it. We agree, and we're going to give Gerald Ford the Profiles in Courage Award. It's given out by the Kennedy Library once a year, and it's not going to be an award for being president or being Gerald Ford. It's going to be for the single act of pardoning Richard Nixon in, she said, the tradition of her late father, the late president's book, Profiles in Courage, about politicians who do things that are contrary to their own interest in the national interest. And I did not go to the ceremony, but I watched it, and it was a cold shower for me, because Teddy Kennedy got up and said, look, at the time of the pardon, I denounced it almost as a criminal act. And now, 25 or so years later, you look at it and you realize it was exactly in the tradition of my brother's book, Profiles in Courage. And then Gerald Ford got up and talked about partial vindication. I remember watching this and thinking, here I was convinced it was an act of maximum corruption that the pardon was. And then it is examined many years later, dispassionately, and what looked like corruption actually is an act of courage. And that is sobering for somebody in my business, because you can think, oh yeah, this is the following, this war made no sense, this was a good war, and so forth, and then the decades go by, and it may look quite different. Jimmy Carter, as somebody